Okay, I'm going to show you how to put on a Lazysusan. And this is the package. This is for a small one. Okay, this is going to be the size of, okay, for something like small like this. Okay, and if you want to put on a big Lazysusan, say down in here, all right, you'd have to do that before you put the countertop on. All right, and that would probably use something like this. Okay, but in this case, we're just going to go ahead and put the small one on, and it's going to go up. It's going to go up in here like this. Put it in like that. Put it down. So I'll have one here for the bottom. I'm going to have another one. I'm going to do the top one right now. I'm going to try and show you how to do that. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, this is the package that comes in. It's got directions on how to do it, but I don't like the way the directions are. To me, it doesn't make any sense. So what we got to do is we got to find a bottom piece like this. Okay, it's going to go underneath the table, the top part. This is called the Lazysusan. All right, and this isn't all done. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to put this. It's going to look just like this one. And the hardest part of all probably is getting it centered. All right. So when you turn it, it doesn't wobble. You don't want the thing to go in and out like that. So, okay. First thing, this is board right here. This is going to be the bottom. All right. And now this thing here, there's kind of like there's 4 smaller holes, and then there's 4 bigger holes right there. Okay, now you can put this thing either way you want. You can put it this way or you can turn it over. Okay, because we got holes on both plates. Okay, we got 4 holes on the bottom plate and 4 holes on the top plate, or you want to flip it over, 4 holes on the bottom again and 4 holes on the top. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the 4 smaller holes. They're kind of medium-sized holes, because we got a big hole here, medium-sized hole, and a real teeny small hole. I don't know what that teeny one's for unless it's to draw a pencil mark. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I've already drilled. I centered this thing here. The first thing I did is I centered the metal on the wood. So I just kind of took my little ruler here. It's got centimeters or it's got inches. And I just set it up here. Turns out to be about 2 1/4 that way, and it's 2 1/4 this way. Now this way here, it was like 2 1/8. All right, and over here 2 1/8. So just kind of center it. It's not really important that you get it perfect, because you're going to have to center it anyway. And then I made 4 little holes, okay, in the wood. I drilled 4 holes, okay, with this drill here, about this size. And you want to make the size of your hole just a little bit smaller than the thread, okay? And if you make it too small, it'll be too hard to put the thing in. If it's too big, it'll just fall right out. So I already drilled the holes in here. I already did that before. Now I'm going to screw this thing to the plate. Okay, gonna get it in the center of the hole. All right. Make it go the right direction. Okay, this one's over here. You just kind of scribe it to the metal holes. All right, now the question basically is, how do you get, where's my plate over here? How do you screw this thing to here when it's all covered up? You can't see the screws, the plate, you can't see anything. If you turn it over, you still can't see anything. So how do you get this thing screwed to that? That's the trick in this thing. That's the whole crux of the whole thing. So what we're gonna do is on this big hole, these are going to be the holes that we're going to use to screw this top part to the metal part, to the Lazysusan. All right? So what you want to do is you want to take and make a mark right in here, and then drill a big hole. You want a big hole in here. It can be really big. All right? So I'm going to go get a drill over here. I got the biggest drill I got in the case over there. Okay, now here's I'm gonna drill this hole right through this thing, right in that spot. Now this has to be right in that hole, right here, okay? So have a big hole under there, and then when we put this thing on the Lazysusan, we'll see that over here on this side, and then we put a screw in through that big hole, and it's gonna be fasten this metal piece over here right onto the wood part. So let me go ahead and drill a big hole right here. Try to get it straight. Okay. If you had a drill press, it would be better. Let me see, I gotta throw this dust off somewhere. Put it right here. There you go. Okay, now, if I put this on top of here like this, okay, like that, okay, and this is going to be in the center, okay, and you can see right here through this hole, you can see that other hole. So the hole here, and this big hole, and the metal hole, the hole in the metal, Lazysusan. I got some dust on the bearings here, so I'll take and vacuum that out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually put a screw down through here. You have to have a magnetic holder for your screw, and then this is going to screw into this thing. All right. Now the thing to do is you got to get this in the center. Okay, if you don't get it in the center, it's going to wobble on you. So you got. So what I do is I kind of measure this distance here, use this point, go all the way around with it, and it's got to keep the same distance. So I can kind of use this here, all right, as a guide. And kind of use. All right, now that's about 1.5 inches, right to the edge of this thing. All right, so 1.5 inches there. And it's a little bit off, so we're going to move this over just a little bit. Okay, and it's almost 1.5 inches. We get it kind of basically correct first. That's 1.5 inches about. Got to use the same point. Don't use different points. Use the same point. And that's too much there, so we'll move it over. Okay, that's about 1.5 inches there. About 1.5 inches there. Okay, that's about 1.5 inches. And that's about 1.5 inches. So then, just kind of look at it, just kind of move it around. I'm just setting it on there. I haven't got it screwed down yet. So we kind of see if it's not wobbling. Okay. You could scribe a pencil right on here and go all the way around if you wanted to. Okay, now I got to go ahead and find, there's a hole right there. That's the, okay, we're going to actually put a screw right down through here, and it's going to go right through the metal part, and we're going to hold that metal part to this thing. But if you don't have that hole there, you can't see it. So go like this, and we can drill a little pilot hole down there if you wanted to. We can try it without that first and see what happens. Okay, the screw's gonna stick on here. I'm gonna move it over here to another place where it's closer to me. Okay, there's one right there. There should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 1. Alright, now we can check that again. Go like this if you want to. Kind of hold it right there, and you can kind of make a mark all the way around. This is the bottom, so you're not going to see it. Would be a nice way to hold that pencil there. Now that distance should be the same all the way around. I can see it's bigger over here than it is over here. So that really, this whole thing needs to be kind of slid over a little bit. So I move it over like that. Let's be a little bit better. Okay. It's over there, that's like that, right there. Over here, that's right there. And that distance should be the same. Okay, that's about 4 centimeters. And this distance over here is like 3.5. Okay, it's about 3. So this thing has got to still go a little bit to the point where it's got just a little bit over. This is kind of like the hard part. Okay, that's about right. That's about right there. Okay, so I got one screw in right there. Now I got to go find another screw. There's a hole there, and then there's a hole right there. Let's get another screw here. I got 2 screws in there. That should be good. So you do the same thing for the other 2 holes. I got 1 screw right there, no screw there, and I got 1 screw there. So I got 1 here, and there should be no screw here, right there. Okay, that's the crux of how you do this thing. We got to get 2 more screws in, and then your Lazysusan spins around. Now, if I don't have it right, it's going to wobble back and forth. It's pretty darn good. So it's not wobbling too much. In other words, it go like that if it wasn't centered. So that's it.